All right, so we're here now with Tamir Goodman, who Sports Illustrated dubbed the Jewish Jordan. They were actually going to give that title to me, but they decided to go with Tamir instead. Just joking, they were never going to. Before Tamir, you and I were discussing about how you got an unbelievable offer, an offer that was probably most people couldn't refuse, but you did refuse it. So can you tell the viewers what happened?
When I was about 17 years old, I was ranked the 25th best player in the nation. When I graduated high school, I was the most valuable player of a very prestigious All Star game called the Capital Classic that the top players in the world have competed in. And seemingly my collegiate career was going to start off on a really good foot, especially when I was offered a full 4-year athletic scholarship to join the University of Maryland's basketball team. Now at that time, in about 2001, 2002, the University of Maryland, they had the number one team in the nation. I think they had 7 players from their program go on to play in the NBA. And I grew up in Maryland. Maryland was my favorite team, and they were the best team. So when they offered me the scholarship, I was extremely excited, and I told my coach, why would I ever wait for another program? I'm going to commit to University of Maryland right away. However, I'm only going to commit on one condition, that I'm never going to play on Shabbat. And I told the coaching staff that, and they agreed. And they said that it'll work out. And I committed, and my life changed overnight. I had 700 media requests. Jerry Seinfeld did a skit about me. ABC, NBC, CBS, ESPN. Everyone was really excited, and I was really excited. However, when time came closer for me to actually play at the University of Maryland, the coaching staff brought me into a meeting, and they said that they are not taking away my scholarship. I could play at the University of Maryland, but if I want to play at the University of Maryland, I'm going to have to play on Shabbat. They based this on their projection of me as a player, and I had to make that decision. Do I want to stay and play at the University of Maryland and live out my dream, play on this incredible basketball team, or do I keep Shabbat? And it wasn't like I had to call them back or get back to them. I told them right then and there that Shabbat is more important to me than basketball, and I gave them back the 4-year full athletic scholarship to the number one team in the nation, and they actually went on to win the national championship. I would have been on that basketball team, and people ask me all the time. They say, you could have had a national championship ring. After you win the championship, you get like that really famous ring. And I tell them I'm not upset about my decision, because every year there's a new basketball champion. Someone else is going to win the championship, and some other team is going to get that ring, and the ring changes every year. But the Shabbat ring, it lasts forever. It never changes. So I'm proud that I made that decision, and I'm especially grateful that Towson University, it's a Division I school, called me up. They heard what had happened to me at Maryland, and they said even though they weren't Jewish, they were interested in wanting to help me. And after meeting with me and my family and explained to them all the rules of Shabbat, when I can play and when I can't play, we went over the Jewish calendar. They put together a proposal, and they asked the league if they could change the schedule for me, and they did. And I became the first Jewish athlete to play Division I college basketball without having to play on Shabbat or any Jewish holidays. And I was also the first one to wear my kippah during games as well.
Wow, amazing story, very inspirational. Thank you so much for sharing with our viewers.